Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I wanted to talk about the new Tone Master Pro course I have coming out. I'm really excited to share this with you guys. Like, I have been putting so much time into this and been building behind the scenes, so I'm excited to kind of unveil a little bit what's all inside this course, so that way you can make an informed decision if this is for you or not. I do want to say that today that I'm filming this video, it's the 19th of December. This course should go live on the 25th of December, and I'm running an early bird promo until the 27th of December. So if you want to get $50 off the course, use promo code TMP50 and it'll take $50 off. All right, so with that out of the way, I sat down with my editor and, I tried to think about who is this course for? And for me, this course is from someone who just got the unit. I've got one guy who I used to train one-on-one, and he was kind of like my template for this course. He got the unit, he's a competent guitar player, but he's coming from analog into digital. And that transition, even though the Tone Master Pro makes it easier than most modelers, it's still a transition nonetheless. So here's what's going to happen. If you come in from just now getting this unit, I'm going to show you how you can use this unit as, kind of talk through the I/O and what that means for studio use. And then I'm going to build you up to where by the end of the course, you know what parallel programming is. You're developing you're developing presets that are true to what you hear artistically. And I'm going to give you the tools to be able to make EQ adjustments on the fly. So that way, no matter if you're gigging, if you're playing at home, or if you're working in a studio, you will know the best practices to use with this unit, plus so much more. So let's jump into the course curriculum, and I'm going to show you the curriculum. All right, so we're inside the Tone Master Pro Mastery course. This is what I see as the instructor. But you'll get access to all this. So I broke this down. As of right now, there are 4 modules, and each module has 5 lessons inside. So some of the starting out stuff, I'm just kind of showing you the interface, showing you how things work, going over key terminology that you're going to hear throughout the course, but also just in the community as a whole. Then we start talking about some of the basics like programming, scenes, presets, etc., and how to think about all this stuff. Then we're going into some basic tone crafting, but then I have an entire module dedicated to tone crafting. So up here is really getting familiar with the unit, understanding some of the best practices. And then here, this is where I have an entire section dedicated to amps. And this is where I kind of walk the dog on, hey, this is where I start when I'm creating a preset. And then I kind of grow from there. So you can see we go from effects. I have an entire lesson dedicated to cabinets, so talking about that we mic cabinets, how to get the best sounds out of your cabinets. And then I have exercises. So inside of each lesson, it's practice driven, because that's the only way you're going to learn this. Like, you can watch all these videos, but until you get into your own unit and you start making stuff, that's when all this stuff is going to click. So think about this, I taught at Clemson University doing computer science, and I would teach my students theory, and then we would do the actual implementation, and most people are going to learn the most in that implementation phase. So it's that same curriculum development coming for Tone Master Pro specifically. So this is kind of like 90%, like if you just got the course and just went over module 2, you will have more than you need to do anything within the unit. But for those of you who are interested in taking this to another level, I have advanced customization. So I have an entire lesson dedicated to signal pathing. So this is where we talk about pedal order, understanding how to split, why you would want to do splits, why you would want to separate reverb from delay, like all the stuff that's like, wow, this is really in depth. That's signal pathing. Then I have an entire lesson dedicated to EQ. So we're going to talk about how to mix, how to think about EQ from a band setting. Okay, how do we implement that into a guitar? Learning where the best place is to put your EQ, different options with EQ that the Tone Master provides. Then we talk about IRs, because I get this question a lot about impulse responses. So an entire section is going to be dedicated to just talking about impulse responses, how to use it with the unit, why you would want to consider using it, etc. And what an IR is, because a lot of people still ask me, like, I don't really understand it. And then again, a lot of this is practical driven. So I have it where, you come in here and it's going to give you exercises. I believe there's 3 exercises in here for you to do. And then all of this is community driven. So once you join the platform, you're inside of the community. And I ask you, like, hey, please share like a picture of your signal path. And the idea is that we can all go in and talk about it. And you can upload it to the cloud. You can do whatever you want. But the whole idea here is to build community through practicality, because if you don't practice it and get feedback, how are you going to know what you're doing well and what you're not doing well? So that's all included with your membership. And then the last module for right now, because I do have plans to add on this, and especially as Fender continues to update the unit, I'll continue to update the course, and especially once I get some feedback from students of, hey, this is what's really cool, this is things that I think you should consider including. There'll be more modules in the future. There's just so much I can do in a short amount of time, right? But I was thinking about the most important thing. So I was like, okay, if I covered all this stuff, what's the last thing that's really missing here? And I was like, oh yeah, real world application. All right. So, talking about preparing for live performances, I've played over 30 gigs with the Tone Master Pro and about 70 plus live streams so far. So I'm taking that expertise and I'm saying, all right, when I'm preparing to play in like a cover band, or if I'm supporting an artist, here's how I go about setting up my Tone Master Pro. Now that you've got all this idea for rig building, let's actually dial it in for your set list and how I approach it. So I give you that here. And then I also show you, okay, when I am in a recording scenario, here's how I utilize the Tone Master Pro. So talking about things like double tracking. So you have the raw DI signal and you have the Tone Master Pro signal. So that way you understand what reamping is and how to get the most out of reamping. That's all here. And then again, a lot of this is, all right, well, here's the practice thing. What I want you to do, and I wrote out examples. Like I really sat down and thought about when I am preparing for a gig, what's my process like? How do I get where I'm not so focused on the Tone Master Pro and I'm more focused on the audience that I'm entertaining? So all of this stuff is to take you through the basically my experience. So that way, when you hit the stage, you're a Tone Master bro. You're ready to just execute and operate and do your thing without worrying about your gear. And that's really the transformation piece here, is to stop worrying about the gear, focus more on the playing, but at the same time, have a deep understanding of the gear. So if you need to make any type of adjustments on the fly, you've already got the training for it. You've got the exercises for it. You're ready to go. And then lastly, I'll do a recap of everything. It's kind of like a summary. And this is where I ask you for your feedback, because I really believe that the most valuable thing for me on this is your feedback, so I can continue to refine this and make it better and better. But hey, y'all, that's my Tone Master Pro Mastery course. You can get it. You get the early bird special right now, save $50. And again, I'm just so grateful that you guys have already pushed. Like, I already have one person who said, yeah, sign me up, let's go. Like, I'm just so grateful, and I just hope you know that. And I'm really excited to dive deep into this, really taking all of my best practices and both of my degrees together and thinking about how can I teach this complicated thing in the most logical order, where it takes you guys, the users, from like, wow, I got really excited about this gear, to now I'm kind of overwhelmed with possibilities, to like, now I know exactly what I need to do to get ready for my gig, my show, or just have fun in the bedroom. Whatever you decide to do with it, that's okay. That's what it's made for. So anyways, I just want to say thank you so much. If you're interested in getting the course, the link will be below. And as always, I'm just so stoked that there's even one person who watches these videos and considers getting the course. Like, I can't express that enough. So thank you so much, and I'll see you in the course, and I cannot wait to be your instructor.